And Julian, it's another court case with really distressing details, isn't it, today?
Hi, Dan. Yet another case of violence against women inflicted by a complete stranger. Zara Aleena was 35, a graduate from law. She just started working just down the road at the Royal Courts of Justice, actually, from where I'm standing. And last June, she was walking through Ilford in East London after a night out. Now, Jordan McSweeney, who's 29, launched an attack on her. He had appeared to target other women before following her. There's CCTV of him from that night. I think you can see he's the man in the vest walking the streets. Around an hour after that footage was filmed, he would drag Miss Aleena into a driveway and assault her. Passers-by later found her with head injuries. She was still alive, but she sadly died later in hospital. Now today, McSweeney pleaded guilty in court in front of some of Miss Aleena's relatives, including an aunt, and afterwards police spoke very briefly about the case.
She was attacked while walking alone on a residential street. She had every right to be there. She had every right to feel safe. But instead, she was the victim of shocking violence. Jordan McSweeney has pleaded guilty today to the most serious offences. He is clearly a very dangerous individual.
And Julian, we're learning a lot more about Jordan McSweeney, and that's all been made possible by the courts process, hasn't it?
Yes, at a previous hearing we were told that McSweeney was a prolific offender. He'd only been released from prison just 9 days before this attack. He went to prison for criminal damage, racially aggravated harassment, and he'd been found with a knife in jails. In fact, he had 28 previous convictions. Zara Aleena's family, though, they had various vigils for her in the days after her death. In a previous statement, they described her as independent and big-hearted, and her aunt said she was conscious of the dangers against women after the cases like Sarah Everard. That family are spared a trial, but they must go through the really difficult and distressing process of hearing all of these details at the sentencing, which is due to take place next month.